Today, we're going to talk about one of the top, if not the best, primary weapons in the game that will be here for Beyond Light. Hey guys, welcome back to the den. I'm Arctic Fox. Yes, that's right. I am rebranding to Arctic Fox. If you're new around here, subscribe to get more Destiny 2 content. And if you enjoyed this video, be sure to leave a like. Also, feel free to reach out to me on Twitter for any questions on this video or any Destiny 2 content. Today, I'm going to look at a God Roll PvE and PvP for the Ikelos version 1.0.2. So first things first, you got to know how to get it, right? And if you've already done this quest, I'll show a timestamp on the screen now so you can skip ahead so you can see more about the Ikelos SMG God Roll. So if you haven't done so already, you need to go talk to Zavala and pick up the Exodus Preparation quest. From that, he will send you to Titan and you'll have to go and talk to Sloan and pick up another bounty. Yes, another bounty. Upon completing this bounty, you'll also have to head to Io, Mercury, and Mars to do the same thing. And doing these quests will yield you new types of Umbral Engrams that it can only be obtained by doing these quests. But the only one that you're actually going to care about is the CQC focused Umbral Engram. This Engram will drop you the first in, last out shotgun in the Ikelos SMG. And as of right now, there's only two ways to get the SMG, and that is Escalation Protocol and farming these Umbral Engrams. This is an aggressive frame 750 RPM archetype energy SMG. Since this is an aggressive frame, that means we have high damage and high recoil. Another benefit to this SMG is that it can get Seraph rounds. The only type of weapons that can roll with Seraph rounds are Ikelos weapons and Seraph weapons, and as of right now, there's no way to get Seraph weapons in the game. So this is one of the only weapons that you can get Seraph rounds with, and Seraph rounds actually have a hidden perk that you can't see when you look directly at the description. So let's look at the PvP God Roll first. For this weapon, we want to control the recoil and increase damage as much as possible. The best perk to do this is going to be Small Bore. This will boost the stability and add range. SMGs tend to have a lower stability rate, so by adding this perk, we're going to boost it significantly, and we're also going to increase that range, which also SMGs lack. In the next slot, you're going to want accurized rounds to increase the range even more. The third slot is hands down Dynamic Sway. This perk is best on an SMG. It will help maintain your accuracy and increase your stability. And finally, the last perk is Tap the Trigger to increase your stability and accuracy on the initial trigger pull. Now, upon initial inspection, I would say this is the PvP God Roll, but wait. Let's look at Seraph rounds. Seraph rounds actually increase the range by 2 to 3 meters, and they cause flinch and ricochets off surfaces. Now, the description doesn't tell you that it causes flinch, and it also doesn't tell you that it adds range. But when you go and test this in the Tribute Hall, you'll see that you actually do get about 2 to 3 meters of additional damage before you have fall off. So if you can land a roll that actually has Seraph rounds and accurized rounds, you're completely set. This allows you to be able to choose either small bore or polygonal rifling in the first column, which will help you with more stability. So to recap the PvP God Roll, you're going to want either small bore or polygonal rifling, along with accurized rounds or Seraph rounds, dynamic sway, and tap the trigger. Now let's look at that PvE God Roll. You're really going to want as much stability as possible, so you're going to want to choose either small bore, polygonal rifling, or fluted barrel. Fluted barrel will give you +5 in stability and +15 in handling. And just like the PvP roll, you're going to want Seraph rounds here as well. You could pair this with extended mag, which gives you +30 to your magazine, but you also take a big hit, -20 to your reload speed. Now, in that third column, you can have a diverse set of perks. This is because you can have very different builds, and depending on what build you're trying to go for, will depend on what perk you actually want. If you're trying to get unlimited grenades, you can go with Grave Robber. If you're trying not to have to reload as often, you can go with Subsistence. Or if you're trying to be in the middle of the ads at all times, Threat Detector is the way you have to go, since this increases your reload, your stability, and handling. Your last perk is going to either be Surrounded or Demolitionist. Surrounded is going to increase the damage dealt, while Demolitionist will allow you to get grenade energy back upon kills, and every time you throw a grenade, your ammo will be refilled from reserves. This column also has Vorpal Weapon. Now, I'm not looking to get this perk because I'm not looking to do any damage to bosses with my primary weapon. Normally, I'm going to use my special or heavy ammo weapons. A recap on the PvE god roll for me is Small Bore, Seraph Rounds, Threat Detector, and Surrounded. If you guys have any of these rolls or a different roll that you think is better, let me know down in the comments below. Alright guys, that's going to do it for me today. If you've enjoyed the video or found it helpful, consider liking the video below. If you want to see more Destiny 2 content like this in the future, then subscribe. If you want to stay in touch with me, follow me on Twitter at the link in the description or search Arctic Fox Games. Until next time, Guardians, stay frosty.